Hi, Aletha here with Create Your Future. I am a one-on-one coach, and I would love to coach with you and help you go through the process of manifesting whatever it is your heart desires. So you can check that out and click the link below and schedule something with me. That would be great. Also, I have some courses out for right now. Manifest exactly what your heart desires. Foolproof, get your SP back. Manifesting a relationship with an age gap and anti-aging and the law of assumption. Turning back your biological clock so that you can live with energy and vitality and enthusiasm and youthfulness and creativity and productivity. And instead of a vision in your mind of a rocking chair way down the road, right? Or maybe not so far down the road, you don't need that vision. That is a condition that you can just throw away. And you see yourself running, riding bicycles, working a full day, being energetic all the time, limber, agile, healthy, like perfect health, pain-free. Can you believe it? You can heal yourself. All of those things are included in the course, and so check it out. I'm sure I know that it will be a great help to you. Okay, so let's talk about intervention, or where we're going to interfere with what's going on in your life right now. We have that power. I'm going to read something to you from Neville Goddard. He says, you are free to choose the concept you will accept of yourself. Meaning, do you see yourself being loved and valued and wanted and needed and just desired, greatly desired by your specific person? Or do you see yourself as second rate, getting the crumbs, the leftover stuff? How do you see yourself? Do you see them really loving and wanting you, or do you see them being standoffish? All of that is going to be pushed out of you and then reflected back. So what is your self-concept? Your concept needs to be the ideal of what it is your heart's desiring in any situation: health, money, career, all of that. And a specific person does not necessarily have to be a love relationship. As a matter of fact, a specific person is any relationship. It could be a work-related relationship. It could be a friend, a family member, where you're struggling, or you want to alter the situation and create a new, higher level of quality of life with that person. Okay, so now that we got that understood, let's move on. He goes on to say, therefore, because you're going to change your concept. We're talking about your concept of yourself. What is it? And once you have chosen that, know what it is that you want. So it goes back to your ideal. What is it that you want to experience? And then you have to bring all of those thoughts inside of your head, all those assumptions that are floating around up there. You have to bring them to an alignment with what it is you want. So you need to sit down and think about everything, write it out if you want, and then make sure they are in alignment with what it is you want. If you want to be valued and honored and loved by your SP, your specific person, your romantic relationship, then you need to see yourself as a person worthy of being loved, honored, and valued by that person, and that they're really crazy about you, obsessed with you, okay? You need to see that you are that kind of person, as opposed to living from lack and that you're not good enough, etc., etc., etc. Because he goes on to say then, therefore, you possess the power of intervention. You have a self-concept of yourself. You can change it, and that's where the power of intervention comes in. When you intervene into where you are right now, and maybe things aren't manifesting as you want them, and you look at your self-concept and you know you have this ideal of what you want, but it's not quite there right now. You can intervene, and I'll tell you how to do that in a moment, and change this concept of yourself from where it is now, which is producing your current 3D reality, to what you want it to be, which again will produce your 3D reality. He says, the power which you have through intervention can alter the course of your future. You are not stuck in any situation ever. You always have the power to intervene and change the course of your life so that your future looks different. If you have like I said in the beginning, if you have a mental image and impression inside of you of old age being a rocking chair sitting in a retirement home somewhere, then you can intervene and change that to being a very active, vital, creative, productive person who's got perfect health and healing, and you can start to see yourself being that's changing that person. That's changing your concept of yourself from one lifestyle to another. And that's what we're talking about, lifestyle. What is it that you want to experience? That concept of yourself is going to create the lifestyle that you experience. So what is it that you truly, truly want? He goes on to say then that imagine yourself to be the ideal you dream of and desire to have in your life. Remain attentive to this imaginal state of being, because we live in states of being. Whatever I am conscious of, I am whatever I am conscious of, so that you can be attentive to this state of being that you want. And that's where you are altering your future, taking yourself out of the concept you're in now and moving yourself into a higher concept of what you do want. So that's a state of being. Anyway, he wants you to be attentive to that new state of being, that imagined state of being, because everything takes place now, not from the past. You're not creating from past and building your future from the past. You are creating and building your future in this moment. So it goes on to say that as fast as you completely feel that you are the thing that your heart's desiring, that you already have your ideal, it will manifest itself into your reality, into your world. So it is not something that has to take a long time. It's a matter of changing your perception, putting your focus on that, and consistently and persistently staying and sticking with that. And that's you intervening through your imagination, through your feelings, your emotions, your perceptions, and creating a whole new future for yourself. You do not have to be stuck where you are. And often when we are in a place like right now in your current 3D, you might be in a place where it looks hopeless, where it feels like that you're never going to get beyond this. And maybe it's been a while and you're really feeling like I'm stuck here, but you're not. You can intervene. This is a concept that you have of yourself, of being stuck, a concept of whatever it is. I'm not good enough, living from lack, never have enough money, don't have the SP I want, whatever it is, I'm not chosen. You change all of those thoughts to be in alignment with your ideal. So that would mean I am chosen. I am abundance. I am always connected to my SP. We are always one. I am always connected to money. Huge, large sums of money just flow into my life from multiple sources. You take those abundant thoughts and replacing the old thoughts of lack, where it's hard to come by and I have to work so hard to get it and still never enough. That's the old story. We're going to move out of that lower concept of yourself and move into a higher concept, and that's intervention, which is then going to change the course of your future to be what you do want it to be. So you have to really know what your ideal is. What is it you want? Write it down. Think about it. And then look at all your thoughts and your assumptions. Are your assumptions in alignment with I am worthy of this? Are your thoughts in alignment with I am abundance? And then when you do all that, you give it your attention. One of the best things to do is create an imaginal scene of you seeing yourself having your wish fulfilled, living from the end of the wish fulfilled, because that helps you feel it, right? So you create this 5 to 7 second imaginal scene of you having your SP and living in this wonderful, beautiful, loving relationship that is just the two of you, free of everything but what you want, right? If there's a third party now, they're gone. They're gone because it's just you and your SP. And that's one of the ways you get rid of them. If you, in a good way, if you are have an SP and there's a third party, and even if you think there might be a third party, remember, if you think it, then it's going to show up, even if it wasn't actual, because you're the one who gives meaning to everything. So if you see a photograph on social media of your special person with another person, you immediately assign the meaning that they're dating or that they're interested in one another in a romantic way, then you have just created that because you are the person who assigns meaning to everything. But what if you saw that picture and you saw them as two platonic friends or business associates, and that's all that it was, and that your SP, because you can go this step too, where your SP, even in the picture, in his mind or her mind, they're thinking about you and loving you and feeling consumed and joyful over you and actually thinking about the time that you're going to be together later. And even if you're not seeing them, imagine that, because you are still able to intervene and create the future you want off of the 3D and off of the present moment. Right in the present moment, you can do that. So you're going to give all of your attention to this new ideal, this new thing that you want. And you give all of your attention through your imagination. You use your imagination. Imagination is the gateway to reality. And so you imagine a short, imaginal 5 to 7 second scene of a situation where it's saying you already have what it is your heart's desiring. Then you're going to make that as vivid as you possibly can, and then you're going to feel the feeling of what it would be like if you had that. Supposing you get a new car, right? And you're driving down the road and you can smell the wonderful smells of the new car, if you like that smell, and you can feel the power of the car and how it maneuvers and all this wonderful stuff and how pretty it is. And if you're doing that, you're not going to be sitting there wishing or wondering how I'm going to get a new car, when's it going to show up? No, you already have it, right? So you're projecting ahead the course of your future with your imagination that you already have the thing that you want. So you're in a place of already having it. So you're going to feel the joy of having it, like the new car. You're driving it and you're experiencing it, and it's really cool. And you're not figuring out how you got it, and you're not worrying about when's it going to show up, because you already have it. So in your imaginal scene, you're imagining whatever it is that you want from the end of already having it. You're feeling the feelings of what that would be like to already have it, and you can do that. Just imagine what it would feel like. What it would be like if you did have that new car, or you did have the person that you're in love with, and what would you be feeling? What kind of joy would you have? And you feel that in that imaginal scene. Now, the other thing with the imaginal scene, besides knowing exactly what you want, imagining it, and then feeling it, and being vivid with that imaginal scene, as far as, like Neville says, feeling all the tones, or seeing and experiencing all the tones of reality, which just means like the 5 senses, all of that, you have to do frequency. Because what we're doing is we're changing, we're intervening. We're going from the old program, the course that you're on right now, and we're going to create a new course for your future. And it's kind of like this example that I shared with one of my clients today, and that is, I moved some furniture, and I took a bookshelf and took it out of one room and I put it in another room, and there's a wall between, so I can't see the bookshelf, but I'm doing in the new room that I have it in. But it's been in the first room was the dining room, and I moved it to the living room. Okay, so it's been in the dining room for a long time. And it's a bookshelf that has all of my Create Your Future work on it, and tools for the things that I do, and teaching and piano and all that stuff. Okay. So I need it. So as I'm thinking about a whole bunch of other things going through my house, I know that I'm on my way to the bookcase to get something that I need, right? And where do I walk? Automatically, I walk to the dining room. And then all of a sudden, because I'm cluttered inside with other thoughts, when I get to where I normally had the bookcase, there's nothing there but a wall, a blank. It's not there. And I'm like, oops, I forgot, I moved it. And I have to go to another room, and there it is. So in each time that I do that, I'm kind of rehearsing, I'm training my brain that it's no longer in the dining room, it's in the living room. And so you have to do that with your imagination, your imaginal scenes, and your inner conversation, your intentions. You are training your mind to go from the old story to the new story. It's an automatic, autopilot situation. You're running on autopilot. I'm running on autopilot when I go to the dining room to get what is now in the living room. So it's kind of like when you're driving a car and you're not really thinking about anything, and you start turning the way you go to work every day. I've done that many times in the past, and because it's a habit. It's autopilot. The program is running. You're talking to someone, you're not paying attention, and you just automatically go wherever you've been going for years or whatever that might be. So it's the same thing with your imagination. You are starting a new program. You have to practice it. That means you need frequency, not just once and then you're done. Not if you want to change a program. There needs to be frequency. And it's not just with the imaginal scene, but it's also with your inner conversation and using words like I have and I am. And I walk around my house and internally or wherever I am, and because we have these intrusive thoughts, right? From the old programming saying that I'm a failure, that I'm not good enough, that I never have enough money, that my SP is interested in someone else, whatever it might be. And they're constantly pushing at us on what do you need to do? You need to replace those thoughts with something else. So I just have fun like a game. Make it a game, make it fun. Why not? I mean, you might as well enjoy life. So make it fun and say, I have my SP. I have a wonderful, beautiful, loving relationship. I am so happy. And you can use it in both words in this sentence. I am having a beautiful, wonderful, loving relationship with my SP. I am totally and completely enjoying my paycheck of $10,000 a month. You know, whatever it might be. I am. And it's kind of a game that I would do that. And it keeps me in a frequency of having. Because when you want to manifest something, you have to live from the state of already having it. Not from the state of I want it, but I have it now. And so the imaginal scene helps you do that because it creates a vision. And then even as I'm going through my day and I don't have time because I'm working to sit down and close my eyes and visualize it on as frequently as maybe I could, depending, but I don't because I'm working. So what do? I use my I am, and I have that mental picture in my mind of the images of that imaginal scene. So it's still in me. It's still vibrating in me. It's still alive in me, and that's the key word. Make it more alive in you than the old story. That is the key. And you do that by your imaginal scenes when you have opportunity, and take as much opportunity as you possibly can in the beginning. You have the words, your mental diet, your inner conversations. I am wealthy. I have lots of money. I am in a loving, committed relationship with my SP, whatever the things are. I have perfect health. I am vivacious, I am vital, I am energetic, whatever it is that you choose. And you are intervening in where you are, from where you are now to where you want to be. You're changing the course of your future. If you stay where you are right now, you can predict your future because you're living from a place of lack, maybe, and you're saying, you know, I'll never have this, I'll not have that, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not good enough for that. So you can pretty well predict that you're going to have more, you're going to have more of that, and it's going to show up more and more because you're pulling it to you. You're pushing out those negative self-concepts, and it's being reflected back to you. When you intervene to change the course of your future, you literally are predicting your future. So what if you say, I'm scared of the unknown? You don't need to be afraid of the unknown because you get to choose it through the power of intervention. I know what my future is because I'm imagining it. I know what my future is because I'm intending it. I know what my future is because I am constantly saying, I have it. I am it. And so there is no unknown, really. You are, with the law of assumption, your thoughts are being pushed out of you and reflected back. So if right now, in the present moment, you are saying all the things that are in alignment with your desire and have an imaginal scene that's in alignment with your desire, you can predict that those things you're seeing, feeling, and saying will become your 3D reality. So you just predicted your future. And Neville says, to the degree that you feel it, just don't rotely say your intentions or your inner conversations, but feel it. Like when I'm saying I have my specific person or whatever it is I'm saying I have, I'm not just saying it, rotely. I mean, I'm feeling it as I say it. And it's a fun game. And I mean, at the same time, I'm making breakfast, I'm getting ready, I'm doing my hair, whatever it is. But I've got this conversation going on in there. I've got a recording internally. I don't have to, I can, but I don't have to listen to an audio recording. I have one in my head. I can create that. You have that power to create it and say those things as you go through your kind of the mindless things we do, like doing your hair, like getting dressed in the morning, preparing meals, or taking a walk. That's one of the best times. You can do a walking meditation, and the whole time, I am. And there's a rhythm as you walk, and there's a beauty all around you, and there's nature. I mean, you're in a really high vibrational place. Even if you live in the city and you're walking the streets, and I'm in the city, I love the energy. So many people there, so many things going on. For the most part, depending where I am, it's very high energy, at least for me. So, you can walk and say, I am, I have, and create this beautiful change of course for your life from where you are right now to what you want to be. I am always successful no matter what I do, or I am always successful in everything I do. Everything I want always comes to me. The universe, there's one I heard the other day, the universe is always on my side. Sometimes I felt, and sometimes in the past, or I've heard other people say that they just feel like everything's against them. It's not. It's only against you if you say it's against you. Because remember, we create the meaning for everything in life. So you have the power in you through your imagination to change the course of your life right now. You don't like what's showing up in your 3D? That's okay. All you have to do is right now in the moment, decide what you do want, create an imaginal scene up, because imagination is the gateway to our reality. Create an imaginal scene, feel, and let the scene be very vivid. Feel it to the fullest extent of, I already have this, how that would feel. Be frequent with it, because you're changing an old program, so you're going to have to stay on top of it. That's called mental mastery. You've got to do that. And it gets easier as you go. And that thing that I told you about having an I am, it gets easier as you do it. But I'll tell you what, it's like saving. You see, your imagination is your savior. And it's internal. It's you saving you. It's your imagination saving you. You do not need anything external to come and save you and pick you up and take you wherever. No, it's you. Use your imagination. Create the health you want. Create the love life you want. Create the friendships and family you want. Create the money you want. Create the whole lifestyle that you want. Create yourself living in some beautiful, wonderful country. I always think of Italy. Think of those places. Any place that you want to be. You're there with your imagination. Support it with your inner conversations that I am and I have, and how that feels. Remember, the feeling is key. And frequency. Stick with it. Feel alive as you're doing this. And I know you can get despondent sometimes. Put yourself, give yourself time to be despondent. I had a psychology professor once say, give yourself 10 minutes to feel all bummed out. And then it's time to move on. It's time to let go of whatever, project what you do want, and then stay attentive to that. And that's what Neville says. Stay attentive to what you want. Give it more life. Breathe more life into what you want than what you already have over here in the 3D. And when you give it more life, when you give it your attention, the fullness of your consciousness, it will be pushed out of you and it will become your new 3D reality, because you become whatever you are conscious of. And this other stuff will fade and go away. And if you look back through your life, because you are a manifester all the time, you're manifesting, you can see how you've changed, how you've grown, how you've expanded, and how many things have been manifested into your life by you. Remember, your imagination is your savior. You just go into that world, that imaginal world, which is real. It is real. It's real. 3D is not real, though it feels like it. It's not. Remind yourself of that every time it wants to suck you into that lie. It's not real. It's a lie. What is real is what you're thinking right now. And remember, thought transmission. Your SP, your boss, everybody in your world must think and feel the things you think they think and feel. You have the power to intervene and change anything in your life to be from where it is to be what you want it to be, and that you have the choice, the ability, the power to change the course of your life. And so I hope this video helped you. And if you want help, one-on-one help with us, I would love to coach with you. I just love coaching. I love helping people and really get into the particulars of their own personal life and the things they're thinking and, their experiences, and how that we can mold all that and move all that around and change it all up so that everything their heart desires manifests easily and effortlessly. And I like to say instantly. Blessings. See ya.